Hello people, today I have with us the 30-minute missions extended armament vehicle customized carrier version. And as you know, the extended armament vehicle has lots of interesting takes. They have the egg boys that I've shown before, they have the dog mech, the small mech, the light duty one, and now this one. They are quite interesting in terms of the variation of what's called an extended armament vehicle. Now, obviously, this one is a vehicle intended to transport other things. It is very light on its own. It's just one very interesting looking vehicle that can tow or haul a mecha on its back. There are quite a few different little features on it. It's not supposed to pop off like that, but I mean, obviously it can, but you see that it has, multi wheels, and it is very slightly jointed right there in the middle. It can also attach to others with some of the included bits that it has. And of course, because it's 30-minute missions, it is covered in those 3mm ports so that you can add anything to it, basically. There is a little write-up on that one, so let's go ahead and read that. This is a large extended armament vehicle used for transportation and storage of military ordnance such as XMX. The introduction of this vehicle, with its linked structure and excellent carrying capacity, allowed for the transport and deployment of large numbers of XMX in one overland journey. This also cuts back on energy waste, as XMX can be transported in standby state. Precise gravity manipulation enables operation in low gravity environments, such as on extraterrestrial planets, which means that there is technology for anti-gravity, which is interesting. I didn't know that that was something that they were doing in the 30-minute mission series. So it's pretty cool. I mean, obviously we have flight capable vehicles, but maybe I was thinking that there was going to be more conventional. I know they have beam weaponry and things like that on some of the vehicles, but I didn't know that they had anti-gravity, things like that. Gravity manipulation, period. But let's go ahead and I will show you some of the features of this vehicle as it is, and then we can show some of the other options that you can do with it. So let's go ahead and get into it. This is it right out of the box. Nothing special done to it. You can see, like I said, there is a point of articulation right here. Of course, that one right there is a 3mm peg and port. So you can attach that however you'd like with whatever length of attachment you have here. It'll work as long as there's two pegs, one in the back, one in the front, because that one also, it comes off of the back side of the vehicle like so. Let's see if I can do that. There you go. Of course, I drop it on the floor. We'll leave that one down there. These two side parts come out, and that is two C connectors. As you see here, there's lots of C connectors on this one. Move those out, and you have a base for a wider, whatever you need to transport. This part here also slides out and makes it even wider. Nice 3mm port there for some of the 30-minute missions kits with backpacks. You take those off, plug that one in instead, and it will hold that on. Forgot to mention, each of these wheels does rotate, but they are 3mm ports and pegs, so they aren't going to be free running. You're not going to drag this across the floor like a Hot Wheels. It's totally fine because it is a model kit, isn't something you maybe expect to do. The C connectors also attach here. You can use those as blast shields for when it's taking off or whatever you'd like to do with that. And then, of course, you can have this deployed up, and it does have some rests. You see right here, 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 and here, so that you can have that in deploy mode. So you put your character right here, and then he can come off and do what he needs to do whilst everything is still in place. And you can have that, of course, on your vehicle so it'll stand nice and evenly. When they announced this one, everyone in the little press conference is actually using them as phone stands, which you can do very easily because it doesn't tilt that far up. As you can see, you can lock those in place and put your phone on there, and then you can use it as a stand, similar to the one I normally use. But yeah, no, it's a pretty great looking little thing. Before I go into size comparison, let's see what it comes with. It does come with stickers for the windows. As you see here, they are very plain, so you'll want to put those metallic blue stickers in there and make it look nice and shiny. There's also some clearance lights for the front and for the back of the trailer. Actually, so it's gonna go on the back of the trailer. And it also includes another one of these things so that you can attach another one to it. That would go right here, and that would attach another one. You really wouldn't need another one because you're gonna come with two on the other one too. It's just how it goes, but it has doubled sprues a lot, so you have two pieces of everything that come out. There's also these pieces for whatever you need to attach for your character model kit. They normally put this one up here in the box, and that is because you can put all these here and you can have it like a transport truck. So it looks kind of transporty. And if you close that, I think you can put this guy right here, like an open hatch truck, Let's see if I can do that. There you go. And it looks like a personnel transport. Or you could put your weapons in there for your Mechs to take out, while they're going on deployment. They actually show a picture with all of the stuff displayed already attached to those 3mm ports, which is pretty cool. All right, and with this thing, you can actually replicate that scene in First Gundam with the high grade Gundam. This one's GBN based Gundam, but still, if you get a Grandpa Gundam, you can kind of use that one as a replacement for that trailer that they used to transport the OG back in the original anime. All right, shockingly, I did not find the V-fin for that one the last time I made a video. Actually, this is the 30-minute missions Alto, which is what the proper sizing would be for the transport to be using. A Maxion unit would be a little bit taller, but he still fit in there pretty well. As you can see, though, he is very well at home on this transport. Now, those last two are in 1/144 scale, just like the extended armament vehicle. This is a Jinrai from the Frame Arm series, and it is in 1/100 scale. As you can see, he's still rather at home on this thing. It's not terribly much bigger than what the bed looks like. You could add those two sections I showed here to the top and make it a little bit longer if so required, but honestly, it doesn't look bad, and he obviously fits on there pretty decently. One thing I actually didn't mention is that middle axle can be taken off and you can use it as something of a hoverboard, which the architect from the Frame Arms Girl series is demonstrating here. You can use that for other vehicles, of course. We forgot to mention that you can pull that one out, and it just literally plugs in right here, comes out rather easily. So if you wanted to do something like that, you're more than welcome to. But she is in roughly 1/12 scale. She fits on this pretty well as well as the Jinrai. The Frame Arms Girls are a little bit bigger than the 30-minute sisters, which would be a more comparable size to something from this series. And to show what a small scale this thing is in 1/144, you'd remember that is a manned cockpit there, where this is a guy in 1/24 scale, much larger scale, but he does have a little ride with the front end of that thing and the middle axle on that one, which you can use like that if you'd like. Maybe, however you feel like you need to attach it, have a little bit more distance between the front and the back, you can add that one in here with that axle in the front. So maybe something that's top heavy, you want to make it look like it's representative of some more support in the front, you can do that. My master grade Gundam Alex is probably at the maximum capacity weight of this little mecha. I think it would struggle to move something so large and heavy if they were in the same scale. But remember, this is in 1/100 scale, so we could take a few liberties. Get a high grade one, it'll probably match it a lot better. But it is pretty funny to see that he can rather easily just get on this one, even at its smaller scale. It is decently sized, and it can still carry a master grade kit. So of course, that is the end of the review in terms of the size comparison. There are quite a few other things that you can do with it. You can remove these sides here if you didn't like them. There is a set of, what do they call it? It's a stand that has like these bars, and they actually show it being able to be used with this set. So I'm going to show you that right now in the instructions. Let's see. Where is it? So it's these guys here. If you have this set, which is the scene base, truss base, you can use those parts on this one to have it a little bit differently designed. It's up to you how you want to use it. I don't particularly think that one's very pretty, but it is something that can be done. And I think that as a phone stand, it's an exceptional kit. It's kind of silly that you would want to use it like that, but it is something you can do. It also does come with some random parts that you can put 3mm pegs together. So it's two 3mm pegs with a little spacer in between if you want to pull them apart. So anything that you want to plug into here that has only female ports, you have lots of options and available to do that one with. And then of course you have these guys here if you want to just use one of them on one of these. They are spaced pretty well apart wherever you need to use them on the body here, whereas it looks like on the side that's not so much. But lots of options available for you just right out of the box. You get more kits, of course you can do more things. This one is a really nice looking vehicle for what it's for. It's not exceptional, it's not standout, but it is pretty cool, you know. It's neat, you know. They put a lot of detail into it, like some steps, some little panel lines everywhere. You can see the massive scale of this thing. It'd be humongous in real life. If this is 1/44 scale, you can imagine what a real one would look like. It's crazy. It's crazy. And also it lets you take a look into the logistics of what they do in the 30-minute missions universe, which is apparently they drag things around on conventional style vehicles with gravity manipulation, which is interesting again. So it's something cool, and it's been an interesting ride looking into this thing just based off of one kit. You know, I'm like, oh, you know, that opens up a whole new world of things that you can do in the 30-minute missions universe. And then of course, remember, you can take these apart and you move them around, attach them to different places. It's a pretty cool looking and customizable thing. But that's going to be it for this review, guys. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you guys next time, or you'll see me, but more than likely you'll see my stuff. Bye-bye.